Hey, sixth graders. All right. So this is the second video of the day. This is where we get to do the reading. So I am going to continue with our book, Crossover. Those of you who were with me on Friday, I'm actually going to repeat this one because this is a big moment here. Or sorry, not Friday. Those of you with me on Tuesday, yesterday. Conversation. In the car, I asked Dad if going to the doctor will kill him. He tells me he doesn't trust doctors, that my grandfather did, and look where it got him. 6 feet under at 45. But Mom says your dad was really sick, I tell him, and Dad just rolls his eyes, so I try something different. I tell him that just because your teammate gets fouled on a layup doesn't mean you shouldn't ever drive to the lane again. He looks at me and laughs so loud we almost don't hear the flashing blues behind us. He's using a metaphor here, right? Just because your teammate gets fouled on a layup doesn't mean you shouldn't ever drive to the lane again. That means when you drive to the lane, you go to the hoop and you're dribbling. If you get fouled, boom, you get hit hard. He's saying you don't quit doing it, just like because his dad died, going into the hospital, or just because the man, so Josh's dad doesn't trust doctors because his dad didn't, doesn't mean he needs to either. So this is a son who's giving wisdom to his dad. That's why he laughs. But here we go. Let's talk about this moment. We almost don't hear the flashing blues behind us. What do you think that is? It's a very nervous moment. It's cops. And if it's the cops, we've got ourselves a moment. Because as we know in history and recent days we can't turn away, if you are black and you are pulled over from the cops, in many cases it's a very scary potential situation. That's how it feels for a lot of the people I've talked to. Game time, 6 p.m. At 5:28 p.m., a cop pulls us over because Dad has a broken taillight. At 5:30, the officer approaches our car and asks Dad for his driver's license and registration. At 5:32, the team leaves the locker room and pregame warm-ups begin without me. At 5:34, Dad explains to the officer that his license is in his wallet, which is in his jacket at home. 5:37, Dad says, "Look, sir, my name is Chuck Bell. I am just trying to get my boy to his basketball game." At 5:47, while Coach leads the Wildcats in team prayer, I pray Dad won't get arrested. At 5:48, the cop smiles after verifying Dad's identity on Google and says, "You demand!" At 5:50, Dad autographs a Krispy Kreme napkin for the officer and gets a warning for his broken taillight. At 6:01, we arrive at the game, but on my sprint into the gym, I slip and fall in the mud. This is my second year playing for the Reggie Lewis Wildcats, and I've started every game until tonight when Coach tells me to go get cleaned up, then find a seat on the bench. When I try to tell him it wasn't my fault, he doesn't want to hear about sirens and broken taillights. "Josh, better an hour too soon than a minute too late," he says, turning his attention back to JB and the guys on the court, all of whom are pointing and laughing at me. Basketball rule number 6. A great team has a good scorer with a teammate who's on point and ready to assist. So, point guards, they pass the ball. A scorer would be the one taking the shot. That's what he's talking about. Josh is play-by-play. Here we go again. At the beginning of the second half, we're up 23-12. I enter the game for the first time. I'm just happy to be back on the floor. When my brother and I are on the court together, this team is unstoppable, unfadable, and yes, undefeated. JB brings the ball up the court, passes the ball to Vondi. He shoots it back to JB. I call for the ball. JB finds me in the corner. I know y'all think it's time for the pick and roll, but I got something else in mind. I get the ball on the left side. JB is setting the pick. Here it comes. I roll to his right. The double team is on me, leaving JB free. He's got his hands in the air looking for the dish from me. Dad likes to say, when Jordan Bell is open, you can take his 3 to the bank. Cash it in because it's all money. Tonight, I'm going for broke. I see JB still wide open. McDonald's drive-through open. But I got my own plans. The double team is still on me, like feathers on a bird. Ever see an eagle soar? So high, so fly. Me and my wings are, and that's when I remember, my wings are gone. Coach Hawkins is out of his seat. Dad is on his feet, screaming. JB's screaming. The crowd's screaming. Filthy, pass the ball! The shot clock is at 5. I dribble out of the double team. 4. Everything comes to a head. 3. I see Jordan. 2. You want it that bad? Here you go. 1. Before. Today, I walk into the gym covered in more dirt than a chimney. When JB screams, "Filthy's McNasty," the whole team laughs, even coach. Then I get benched for the entire first half for being late. Today, I watch as we take a lead, and JB makes 4 threes in a row. I hear the crowd cheer for JB, especially Dad and Mom. Then I see JB wink at Miss Sweet Tea after he hits a stupid free throw. Today, I finally get into the game at the start of the second half. JB sets a wicked pick for me, just like Coach showed us in practice, and I get double teamed on the roll, just like we expect. Today, I watch JB get open and wave for me to pass. Instead, I dribble, trying to get out of the trap, and watch as Coach and Dad scream for me to pass. Today, I plan on passing the ball to JB, but when I hear them say, "Filthy, give me the ball," I dribble over to my brother and fire a pass so hard it levels him, the blood from his nose still shooting long after the shot clock buzzer goes off. So we got the same story from a different perspective there, not from his head. Uh-oh. Third quarter. After, on the short ride home from the hospital, there is no jazz music or hoop talk, only brutal silence. The unspoken words, volcanic and weighty. Dad and Mom, solemn and wounded. JB, bandaged and hurt, leans against his backseat window, and with less than 2 feet between us, I feel miles away from all of them. So his anger kind of just came up. Suspension. "Sit down," Mom says. Feels like we're in her office. "Can I make you a sandwich?" But we're in the kitchen. "You want a tall glass of orange soda?" Mom doesn't ever let us drink soda. "Eat up, because this may be your last meal." Here it comes. Boys with no self-control become men behind bars. He's got no answer. That's what those 3 dots mean. No answer. "Have you lost your mind, son?" No. "Did your father and I raise you to be churlish?" No. "So what's been wrong with you these past few weeks?" "Put that sandwich down and answer me." Every time you can't answer. "I guess you've been just what? Deranged?" Uh, don't me. Talk like you have some sense." "I didn't mean to hurt him." "You could have permanently injured your brother." "I know. I'm sorry, Mom." "You're sorry for what?" "I'm confused, Josh. Make me understand. When did you become a thug?" "I don't know. I was just a little Aren't Are you going to get angry every time JB has a girlfriend?" "It wasn't just that." "Then what was it? I'm waiting." "I don't know." "Okay, well, since you don't know, here's what I know. I just got a little upset. Not good enough. Your behavior was unacceptable." "I said I'm sorry." "Indeed you did, but you need to tell your brother, not me." "I will." "There are always consequences, Josh. Here it comes. Dishes for a week, no phone, or worse, no Sundays at the rec." "Josh, you and JB are growing up." "I know. You're twins, not the same person. But that doesn't mean he has to stop loving me. Your brother will always love you, Josh. I guess. Boys with no discipline end up in prison." "Yeah, I heard you the first time. Don't you get smart with me and end up in more trouble. Why are you always trying to scare me?" "We're done. Your dad is waiting for you." "Okay, but what are the consequences?" "You're suspended." "From school?" "From the team." No answer. Churlish. Adjective. Having a bad temper and being difficult to work with. As in, I wanted a pair of Stephon Marbury sneakers, Starberries. By the way, he played for the Timberwolves. He's one of our more famous players for the Minnesota Timberwolves. But Dad called him a selfish millionaire with a bad attitude, and why would I want to be associated with such a churlish choke artist? He was known for that. As in, I don't understand how I went from annoyed to grumpy to downright churlish. As in, how do you apologize to your twin brother for being churlish for almost breaking his nose? This week, I get my report card, make the honor roll, watch the team win game 9, volunteer at the library, eat lunch alone 5 times, avoid Miss Sweet Tea, walk home by myself, clean the garage during practice, try to atone day and night, sit beside JB at dinner, he moves, tell him a joke, doesn't even smile, do his chores, pays no attention, say I'm sorry, but he won't listen. Basketball rule number 7. Rebounding is the art of anticipating, of always being prepared to grab it, but you can't drop the ball. You guys are still, you're getting this? That all these basketball rules are like rules for life. They're just using the metaphor of basketball. Like life is being compared to basketball. The nosebleed section. Our seats are in the clouds, and every time Dad thinks the ref makes a bad call, he rains. All Mom does is pop up like an umbrella, then Dad sits back down. JB's got 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. He's on fire, blazing from baseline to baseline. Dad screams, "Somebody need to call the fire department because JB is burning up this place." The other team calls a timeout. "Dad, JB still won't speak to me," I say. "Right now, JB can't see you, son," Dad says. "You just have to let the smoke clear and then he'll be okay. For now, why don't you write him a letter?" Good idea, I think. But what should I say? I ask him. But by then, Dad is on his feet with the rest of the gym as JB steals the ball and takes off like a wildfire. One more. Fast break. He's a backcourt baller on the break. A running, gunning, shooting star flying fast. JB's fixing for the glass. Bounds, bounds. Ball beside him. Now he's getting flyer and flyer. Climbing sky. He nods his head and pumps a fake. Explodes the lane. Crisp ball. Cross ball. Crisp and take the break. Kaboom! Above the rim. A thunderous almost dunk. That elbow just sent JB kerplunk to the floor. Foul. Storm. Like a strong wind, Dad rises from the clouds, strikes down the stairs, swift and sharp, as mad as lightning. "Flagrant foul, ref!" he yells to everyone in the gym. Now he's hail and blizzard, his face cold and hard as ice, his hands pulsing through the air, his mouth loud as thunder. "He tackled JB. This ain't football!" Dad roars in the face of the ref while JB and his attacker do the eye dance. I want to join in, offer my squall, but Mom shoots me a look that says, "Stay out of the rain, son." So I just watch as she and Coach chase Dad's tornado. I watch as she wraps her arms around Dad's waist. I watch as she slowly brings him back to wind and cloud. I watch Mom take a tissue from her purse to wipe her tears, and the sudden onset of blood from Dad's nose. I think we'll leave it right there. Couple things, right? So that's a great example of, remember we talked about an extended metaphor? We talked about metaphors. This whole poem is about like the dad being a cloud, a rain cloud, a storm, so it's hail and blizzard. It's all weather. The whole poem, he keeps shifting back and forth. And we also have a big moment, right? See what happens next. All right, don't forget to put your question into the discussion. What question do you have today? There's a lot of basketball language.